The Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet Margarine, present Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, transcribed by the Kraft Foods Company. Are you serving Kraft's Parquet Margarine at your house? If not, we'd like to suggest you try it soon. Parquet is the margarine millions prefer because it looks wonderful, tastes wonderful, and spreads smoothly even when ice cold. Another reason for serving Parquet regularly is because every time you buy a pound of Parquet, you can order a pair of famous Powers model nylon stockings at half price. I'll have more to tell you later about this sensational offer by Parquet Margarine. Well, maybe the Great Gildersleeve is right when he says there's no place like Summerfield. The town isn't too big and it isn't too small. And the people are pretty much the same way. Not too big and not too busy to stop and pass the time of day, just as the water commissioner is doing with his friend, Mr. Peavy.
Hello, Peavy.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this morning?
How about a cup of coffee?
I saw you coming. I've already poured it.
Good. Peavy, you know my habits pretty well.
Yeah, but don't worry. I won't tell anybody about them.
Hey, this coffee tastes a little weak.
I don't know why. Yesterday's coffee usually tastes a little strong.
Is this the coffee I was drinking yesterday?
No, this is the coffee you're drinking today.
I mean, did you make it yesterday?
I didn't make it at all. They sent it to me from Brazil.
Oh, my goodness.
Maybe I didn't put in as much coffee this morning as I thought I did.
You what?
I was wearing my bifocals, and perhaps I was looking through the reading part. It makes the scoop look twice as large, you know.
Yeah, Peavy, you're a card.
Yeah, I am quite a joker at times.
Yes.
Well, that was a little witticism, Mr. Gildersleeve. Card, joker. There's a joker in the deck of cards, you know.
I know.
Of course, you don't have to use the joker. Some people take it out.
Yeah, I know. I played pinochle, bridge, canasta, rummy.
Did you use the joker?
What I mean, Peavy, is that I know there's a joker in every deck of cards.
That's what I say.
Well, if you... Say, look out front. Isn't that my boss parking his car?
That's Mayor Terwilliger, all right.
Say, maybe I can buy him a cup of coffee.
That's a good idea. Maybe he'll let you buy him a sandwich and a piece of pie. I sell that, too, you know.
All right, Peavy. I'll go out and bring him in. Uh-oh. He backed into somebody's car.
That isn't somebody's car. That's my car.
Oh?
I better go out and ask him what he thinks he's doing.
Well, Peavy, I'm sure it was a mistake. Hello, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, hello, Gildersleeve. Peavy.
Oh.
What happened?
I was trying to park here and backed into this car and broke a headlamp.
My.
Well, it wouldn't have happened if some idiot hadn't parked so far from the curb.
Mr. Mayor, Peavy's the idiot.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. But it is my car.
Oh, I didn't know it was your car, Peavy.
Well, small damage. Nothing to worry about. Fortunately, we're friends.
Of course we're friends.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that, Mayor.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Because I wouldn't like to hand a friend of mine a big repair bill.
I feel the same way.
Oh, it won't cost you much to replace my headlamp.
Mr. Peavy, I was just thinking how light you're getting off repairing the dent in my rear fender.
Well, we could just forget it. Yeah, on both sides.
Who hit whose car, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Well...
Gildersleeve, you saw how Peavy was parked way out the street.
How do you know? You knocked me back 2 feet.
It was a very gentle nudge, wasn't it, Gildersleeve?
Well...
It was such a loud crash he spilled his coffee.
No, I didn't, Peavy.
Look on your tie.
Now, Peavy, let's not take advantage of our friendship.
Gildersleeve isn't going to be swayed in your favor, Peavy. He works for me.
Mr. Gildersleeve, whose side are you on?
I'm in the middle.
Yes, Bertie.
I thought that was you.
In person.
Whenever I hear the door this time of day, I know it's you.
You?
You know how I know it's you?
Well,
Because it's close to dinner.
I see.
That's how I know it's you.
Oh, dear.
Unc, is that you?
Yes, Leroy.
I thought that was you.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, Bertie, did you tell Unc about the apples?
Apples?
I haven't had time to tell him anything except we know he's home. We got a whole crate today, and boy, are they good.
Sounds like you're eating the crate instead of the apples. Who sent us apples?
The express man brought them.
Yeah?
Here's the note that came with them.
Let me see. Well, from Tyler Juris.
Who's he?
He's a farmer on the outskirts of town. Yeah, let me see what he says. Quiet, Leroy. I want to hear what I'm reading.
Okay.
He was having trouble with a neighbor about irrigating his land, and I settled it by letting him take from the city.
Is he going to pay for the water, or are you taking it out in apples?
Please, Leroy.
Okay.
Oh, Bertie will have to hide the apples.
Leroy's hiding them as fast as he can.
Go ahead, Unc. I'm down to the core.
Well, Farmer Juris says, in appreciation of the way I settled their squabble, he wanted to send me a crate of apples during National Apple Week.
Ain't that nice?
I'll say.
Right, George, I had quite a time getting those two fellas together. You know, I just have a knack for getting people along with each other.
Yes, sir. You're a politician, all right.
No, Bertie, it isn't that. It's just a basic understanding of human nature. It's what's known as top-level know-how.
Oh, brother.
You know, I ought to talk to Peavy and the mayor about their problem.
Are they on the out?
You know, the mayor backed into Peavy's car and broke a headlamp. And one word led to another.
Yeah? What were the words?
Never mind, young man. They should get together and forget it. One's my best friend, and the other's my boss, so why shouldn't I be the peacemaker?
Yes, sir. The worst that could happen would be to lose your best friend or lose your job.
No, sirree, I'm going to do it. The first thing in the morning, the water commissioner is going to smooth the troubled waters. Good morning, Peavy.
Well, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. You were downtown this morning before I made coffee.
Yep.
You do that on purpose?
No, I just wanted to get out early because I'm happy and at peace with the world. You know the feeling, Peavy.
Yeah, sometimes I'm a little lightheaded before breakfast.
Yeah, this is the feeling you get when you hold rancor toward no man.
You don't say.
Peavy, do you know why I came down here so early this morning?
Did your boss send you?
No, indeed. I haven't seen him.
I never could see him.
No, Peavy.
Little puffed up punk.
Peavy!
I'm not the only one in town who thinks so.
Yeah?
Mrs. Peavy thinks so, too.
She does.
We even turned off television to talk about it last night.
No, Peavy, it was only a little matter of a broken headlamp.
Well, why didn't he pay for it?
Well, the mayor has his side.
He has his nerve. He's going to pay for that headlamp if Mrs. Peavy and I are going to put our foot down.
Peavy, let's let calm heads prevail.
Just because he's mayor doesn't mean a thing to me. He's just another John Doe citizen, and I'm going to get some of his dough.
But
he's going to pay for that lamp, or we're going to sue him.
you're going to sue? Peavy, I'm sorry I came in here.
I'm not.
What?
I want you to be my witness.
Peavy, I was just an innocent bystander.
Well, you can stand by and prove me innocent.
You know, this is what I get for being somebody's best friend. Peavy doesn't get his dander up often. But by George, this time he means it. And the only thing for me to do is go to the mayor and humor him into paying for the headlight and forgetting it.
Yes, who is it?
Your water commissioner, Your Honor.
Oh, come in, Gildersleeve.
Thank you.
What is it?
Have an apple, Your Honor.
An apple.
A friend of mine sent me some, and I brought a few to the office.
Well, just put it there on the desk.
Yeah, I'll put it here with unfinished business. If you don't want to eat it now, your secretary can file it under A for apples.
Gildersleeve, you evidently haven't much to do today.
Well, as a matter of fact, Your Honor, I thought I'd take the time to discuss your little altercation with Peavy.
Oh, that. I have more important things to attend to. I've forgotten about it.
You know, if I were you, I wouldn't forget about it.
Oh?
Peavy hasn't forgotten about it. In fact, he's thinking of suing you.
Suing me, the mayor?
So he doesn't consider you, that very important.
I see.
So why not pay him for his headlamp, Your Honor? He's only around $5. After all, why antagonize a voter?
Gildersleeve, are you suggesting that I buy votes?
No, indeed, Your Honor.
Why, 10,000 people voted for me of their own volition.
I am aware of that.
And at $5 a vote, that would be $50,000. What public official could afford that?
Well, when you put it that way, it does sound a little expensive.
I will not pay Peavy a penny. In fact, he's at fault, and I'll sue him.
Over. I'm sorry I brought it up. After all, you'd forgotten all about it.
I'm glad you did bring it up. I'll need you as a witness.
Zeke, but, Your Honor, I'm spoken for. Yeah, I'll be glad to get home this evening. It's been a hard day. Yeah, I think I'll phone Irene Henshaw and go over there this evening. Forget about lawsuits. Sure. I'll go over and cry on her shoulder. That'll cheer me up.
Yeah, things are okay, Marvin. Glad you phoned me. I got something important to tell you.
Oh, Leroy would be on the phone when I want to use it.
My unc's going to be in a lawsuit.
Oop. Wonder we heard that.
No kidding. I stopped at Mr. Peavy's after school, and he said Unc's going to be his witness. Big deal.
Leroy!
Oh, hi, Unc. What's that, Marvin? It is, too, a big deal. He may even get his name in the paper. And his picture. They may even lock him up overnight.
Leroy, terminate the conversation.
Okay. Unc just came home, Marvin. I'll find out all about it and call you back. So long.
Young man, you will not call him back. Let's keep this quiet.
What's wrong with being a witness for Mr. Peavy?
Well, the mayor wants me to be his witness, too.
No kidding.
So don't go calling your friends and spreading it all over town.
I got it, Bertie. Okay. Hi, Piggy.
Hi, Leroy.
Come on in.
What's new?
Have you heard about Unc's lawsuit?
Leroy.
I didn't bring it up. He just asked what's new.
What about your lawsuit, Mr. Gildersleeve? My folks will want to know.
I'm not involved in a lawsuit.
Well, he didn't commit any crime. He's just a witness. For both sides.
Yeah? Well, how can he get away with that?
Oh, boy, I can't wait for the trial to open. Oh, yes, the court will come to order.
That's enough, Leroy.
The witness for the defense and the witness for the prosecution will take the stand. Same guy.
I don't get it. How can he testify for both sides?
Simple. He talks out of both sides of his mouth.
Leroy, that will do.
Okay. Just thought I'd get you used to being in court.
Well, I'm not going to court. If we don't stir up this thing again, everybody will forget about it.
Excuse me, you home?
Yes, Bertie.
I thought I heard you home.
There was a man here to see you today.
Yo, what do you want?
He wanted to serve you with a subpoena.
Oh, this is one of my bad days.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. Have you heard about Parquet Margarine's offer to mail you beautiful first-quality nylon stockings at half price? Since Kraft, the makers of Parquet, began this offer, way over 1 million pair have been ordered. Women are reordering again and again because they're such a remarkable value. These luxurious nylons were styled by John Robert Powers to flatter the legs of America's most glamorous cover girls. They're practical 51-gauge 15-denier nylons, and they have the sheer, expensive look every woman wants. You'd ordinarily pay $1.50 for nylons like these, but Kraft's Parquet Margarine makes it possible to get them for only 75 cents a pair. A nationally known testing laboratory certifies they're equal in quality and durability to nylons costing twice what you pay. You send only 75 cents when you include the yellow end flap from a package of Parquet Margarine with your order. You have a choice of two of the season's smartest shades, with either a dark seam or self-color seam. Full details about how to order these famous Powers model nylons at half price are given in every package of Parquet. So tomorrow, begin to build a luxury wardrobe of Powers model nylons at only 75 cents a pair. Get the margarine made by Kraft, the delicious, appetizing margarine that spreads smoothly even when ice cold. Parquet Margarine. Well, the great Gildersleeve might not be dodging a subpoena right now if he hadn't practically talked his good friend Peavy and his boss, the mayor, into suing each other. Both want him as a witness, but he's determined not to get caught in the crossfire.
Why are you pulling down all the window shades, Unc?
Leroy, you never know when some process server will come in and peep in your window.
How about setting some gopher traps out in the yard?
Yes.
Mr. Gilsey's right about them process servers. You never know when they're going to show up.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's right, Bertie.
Oh, I knew a man who was dodging the bad news. He slipped out of town to get married. And before he could say I do, the justice of the peace handed him a subpoena and said, you did.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, if the guy was going to get married, he's probably better off in jail.
Leroy, they ain't going to jail your uncle. Are they?
Of course not. They just want me to testify.
Yes.
But if I testify against Peavy, I lose a friend. If I testify against the mayor, I might lose my job.
And I lose my allowance.
Uh-oh, we all lose.
Hide out, Unc.
Well, I'm not going looking for the guy. Trouble is, I wouldn't know who to testify for anyway. I don't know which one's in the wrong.
Well, why don't you just say that?
Well, then they'd both hate me. Good thing it's the weekend and I can keep out of sight.
Yes, sir, because if you went to the office, they'd sure nail you.
Heck, the office is the last place they'd ever find Unc.
Now, Leroy.
Mr. Gilsey, you suppose you could make it across the county line if things get hot?
Bertie, it's only...
I got it, Unc.
What?
Why don't you take some of your old clothes and drop them on the bank of the reservoir? They think you jumped in.
I wouldn't do anything phony like that.
You mean you would jump in?
No.
Hey, somebody's at the back door.
You want to answer, Mr. Gilsey?
Bertie.
Okay, I'm going.
Suppose it is the man, Unc. What are you going to do?
Well, I don't know, but...
Relax, grocery man.
I don't trust anybody. Look out the window, Leroy.
Okay.
Does he have anything in his hand?
Yeah, a head of cabbage.
Ooh, that's a relief.
Unc, you're nervous.
Yes, I am. All right, George, I've got to get out of here. I think I'll phone Irene Henshaw and hide out there for the evening.
Yeah, if they're going to catch you, you might as well be enjoying yourself.
That boy. Still, the man might look for me there. Yeah, I'll ask her if I can come in the back way.
Hello?
Irene, this is you-know-who.
I do? Oh, Throckmorton. You mean we aren't supposed to talk? Why did you call me?
Well, I guess I'm just a little nervous, Irene. I'll explain later.
Oh,
I wonder if I can come over this evening.
wonderful. You can take me to a movie.
Yeah, no, I can't do that.
Well, can I take you to a movie?
No, thanks. I can't go anywhere. In fact, I want you to let me in the back door.
How exciting.
We'll have an interesting evening.
Sounds fascinating.
See you about 7:30.
Do we need a password or something?
Irene, this is a serious matter. I really can't be seen.
All right. When it gets dark, you come on over.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, this is working out fine. Now, the only thing I have to worry about is getting out of the house. You never know when a process server will jump out at you. Yeah, I wonder if my top coat with the big collar is in the closet.
Boo!
Yipe!
I'll walk as far as the movie with you, Unc. I'm going to meet Piggy there.
You're all right, my boy.
If you want to give me a dime for popcorn, I'll run ahead and be your lookout.
Nonsense, Leroy. I'm not going to bump into anybody out here on a dark night.
I'll even go to Miss Henshaw's and sit with you. I'll be a lookout over there.
When I get to Miss Henshaw's, I can look out for myself.
Yeah, boy.
Say, is that somebody following us back there?
I can't tell. It's too dark and he's too far away.
Well, let's not let him get any closer. Let's walk a little faster, Leroy. See what he does.
Okay.
What's he doing?
He's walking faster, too.
Oh, he probably saw me leave the house and has been following me ever since.
Let's run and see what he does.
Well, I'm not going to be slapped with the summons if I can help it. I'll give him a run for his money anyway.
Hey, he's gaining on us.
Who do they have serving subpoenas these days? Crazy Legs Hirsch?
Jump the hedge, Unc, and cut across the vacant lot.
Yeah, good idea. Didn't make it.
Are you okay, Unc?
Yeah.
What are you guys running for?
Hey, it was Piggy all the time.
Piggy!
What are you doing in the bush, Mr. Gildersleeve?
I lost my dignity and I'm looking for it. Sneaking around the back way may seem ridiculous, but I can't afford to be a witness. What's that? Yo, go away, cat. Yeah, I think this is Irene's back door. I want to sneak in the wrong apartment. Confound it. Milk bottles. Well, I made it anyway.
Who's there?
It is not. It's me.
Oh, come in, Throckmorton.
Thank you.
Oh, who's your friend?
You're no friend of mine. Scram, cat. Scoot. Go hide somewhere until Halloween. Yes, yes. Yeah, I'm tired of being followed. I'll just have to shut the door in your face.
Come on into the living room, Throckmorton. Tell me what this is all about.
Well, say, I see you had pork chops for dinner.
Don't look at the kitchen. I haven't had time to do the dishes.
Well, I could help you. You could wash and I could dry.
Careful, or I'll take you up on that. Sit down and tell me why you're prowling around with alley cats.
Well, the whole thing is silly. Mary Terwilliger backed into Mr. Peavy's car and did about $5 worth of damage, and I happened to see it.
Oh?
They should have forgotten about it. But now they're suing each other, and they both want me as a witness.
My, what a popular man.
Yeah. Glad your shades are pulled down.
Why?
Well, there's a deputy trying to find me and serve me with a subpoena.
Oh, so that's why you've been so mysterious.
Yeah. But I'm safe now.
You sounded terribly frightened over the phone. You were practically trembling.
Well, I'm still trembling. Look at my hand.
You're faking.
No, I'm not. Maybe it would quiet me if you hold it.
I doubt that.
You don't want to hold one hand. How about holding both of them?
Oh, Throckmorton.
Hey, what's that?
Sounded like some bumpers clashing. It was probably somebody parking out front.
Yeah, I better take a peek out the window.
Throckmorton, I doubt if it's your process server.
It's some clumsy oaf trying to park, all right. Say, Isn't that your car he's pushing around?
I don't know. I parked out there. Let me see.
Look at him. He has room enough. He doesn't have to bump your car.
Oh, that's the man who lives across the street. He isn't hurting anything.
Well, that's just the way Peavy lost a headlamp. I'm going out there.
Throckmorton, don't start anything with my neighbors. We've been getting along very...
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, he's getting out of the car now. Just a minute there.
What?
I want a word with you.
Oh?
There's plenty of room to park up and down the street without pushing somebody else's car around.
Well, I was in a hurry to get in the house. I've had a bad day. I'm sorry.
Being sorry isn't enough, old man.
What do you mean?
Just wait until I take a look to see if you've chipped Miss Henshaw's paint job. And if you have...
Look, let's not argue. I said I've had a very frustrating day. Now, why don't you go back in the house and forget about it?
Oh, the pushy type, huh? Maybe you don't know who I am.
No, I don't.
Well, I'm Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, City Water Commissioner.
Well, my day hasn't been a total loss after all.
What?
Here's your subpoena, Mr. Gildersleeve.
I'm subpoenaed. Go away, cat.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. Tomorrow's the day to buy Kraft's wonderful Parquet margarine, the margarine that spreads smoothly even when ice cold. You'll enjoy Parquet's fresh, delicious flavor, and you'll also enjoy the opportunity to build a glamorous hosiery wardrobe at half price. In every package of Parquet margarine are full instructions for getting famous Powers model nylon stockings for just 75 cents and an end flap from the Parquet package. When you shop tomorrow, remember Kraft's delicious Parquet margarine.
Now, I want to get all the details straight. When's the trial? When does it come up? What day? Morning, afternoon, or is it night court?
Oh, for Leroy, there's not going to be any trial.
What?
It's been called off.
They can't do that. You've been subpoenaed. I told all the kids.
Well, I know this comes as a disappointment to you, but Mr. Peavy and the mayor decided to forget about it.
Oh, for corn's sake.
Fact is, it wasn't a big enough thing to get to court in the first place. Just a case of too much temper on both sides.
Well, let's stir 'em up again.
It would have cost Peavy money, would have cost the mayor money, and the taxpayers money. Nobody wins in a lawsuit.
The heck they don't. I had this one all doped out.
Oh?
I was going to make a mint.
You?
I've been selling tickets to the kids to watch you testify for both sides.
Oh, my goodness. This boy will have me in court yet. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman and is an NBC Radio Network production. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Stan Farrar, Lillian Randolph, Tommy Cook, Frosty Fowler, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next week and every week for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Delicious cold cuts for luncheon or supper make a welcome change of pace from the hot meals you've been serving. Easy to fix, too, but here's a tip. Be sure there's delicious Kraft prepared mustard on the table. Because when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. There are two kinds of Kraft mustard. Mild Kraft mustard, so smooth and delicately spiced, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added to give it extra zip. Keep both kinds on hand for different tastes. Next time, get Kraft prepared mustard.
This is the NBC Radio Network.
The Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet Margarine, present Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, transcribed by the Kraft Foods Company. There's wonderful eating in every pound of Kraft's Parquet Margarine. You'll like Parquet because it always tastes so fresh and appetizing, because it spreads smoothly even when ice cold. And now Kraft has more good news for you. With every package of Parquet you buy, you can order a pair of famous Powers model nylon stockings at half price. I'll have more to tell you later about this sensational offer by Parquet Margarine. Being one of the town's most eligible bachelors, the Great Gildersleeve just naturally gravitates to the town's most eligible girls. It's perhaps unfortunate in a way that right now he likes Miss Irene Henshaw, the school principal, who always has to get home from her dates quite early.
Oh, Irene, it's only 11 o'clock. Do you have to go in now?
Throckmorton, you seem to forget that I have to be bright and smiling when I greet my students in the morning.
Well, don't you want to practice being bright and smiling on me tonight? Say for another hour?
I'm sorry.
30 minutes? 15?
I won't be tempted. I owe it to the school and city to give my best.
Well, you owe something to me, too.
I do?
Yeah, I'm one of the city taxpayers. It doesn't hurt to stay on the good side of us taxpayers.
Well, I can't stay up with every taxpayer. Good night.
Don't go yet, Irene.
Throckmorton, I don't want to stand out here under the porch light.
Well, let's turn it off.
You're unusually playful this evening.
You bet.
But I have to go in.
Here, wait a minute. There are a lot of things I haven't asked you.
Like what?
Well, how's Leroy doing in school?
You're stalling.
It looks like I'm stalled.
Good night.
Irene?
Yes, lover boy?
Lover boy? Well.
Uh-oh, I made a mistake there. What is it, Throckmorton?
Well, I just checked my watch under the light, and it isn't 11 o'clock at all. It's 10. See?
I saw you reset your watch.
You did, huh?
My watch says 11.
Oh?
My time is not your time. Good night.
Good night, Irene. I hate clocks. Irene and her schedules. I didn't want to come home and go to bed. Oh, well. Might as well put up the window and turn in anyway. Look out there. Not a light on in town. What a life for a live wire like me. You... Yeah. Your darn bed's always so lumpy when you're not sleepy. Guess I'll read a while. What's this article? Around the world in a year and a half. A year and a half? Oh, he went in a sailboat. Say, he looks a little like Alan Ladd. Right, George, this fellow knows how to live. Just takes off when he likes, stops at any port he wants to, leaves when he wants to. He's his own boss. Uh-oh, 11:30, and I have to be up at 7. You better set the alarm and turn out the light. Looks like I live by the clock and other people's schedules. At 7 in the morning, the alarm will go off. I'll have to rise and shine. At 8, Bertie will have breakfast on the table and expect me to be there. Yeah, I can hear now. Same thing every morning.
Breakfast, Miss Gildersleeve?
Yes, yes.
You hear me, Miss Gildersleeve?
And at 8:45, Leroy's on my back.
Come on, Unc. I'm going to be late to school.
I never have time to finish my third cup of coffee.
For Pete's sake, you going to take me or aren't you?
So I hurry and take him, because I've got to be at the office by 9 o'clock anyway. And when the 12 o'clock whistle blows, I jump, because I've got to be back from lunch by 1. And then I go home at 5:30, because I have to eat dinner at 6. And at 11 p.m., it's the same old story.
Good night, Throckmorton.
Well, starting tomorrow, things are going to be different. I'm not going to live on a schedule. I'll start by turning off this confounded alarm clock and sleeping as late as I want. Tomorrow, the sun will rise on the new Gildersleeve. But I won't be there. I'll be in bed. What's that? What was that? You, Bertie. My alarm didn't go off. Oh, yes. I didn't want it to.
You get him up, Leroy. I got to get back to the kitchen.
Leroy, I'm asleep.
Well, why did you answer me?
Hey. Oh, my goodness.
Come on, Unc. I'm going to be late to school. Are you going to take me or aren't you?
My boy, I'm not getting up this morning.
You're not? But, gosh, I thought you were taking me to school.
No?
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. When I was your age, I walked 4 miles to school. Isn't going to hurt you to walk 4 blocks.
You walk 4 miles twice a day?
Well, sometimes I rode a horse.
Okay, get me a horse.
Hey, that's not the idea.
Breakfast, please.
Oh. Hand me my robe and slippers, Leroy. This calls for a meeting.
Oh, for corn's sake.
Leroy.
Okay, we'll have a meeting. But what are we meeting about?
You'll find out. Follow me.
Okay.
Morning, Miss Gildersleeve.
Good morning.
Miss Gildersleeve, didn't your alarm clock go off?
I wouldn't let it.
Come again?
Unc got up on the wrong side of the bed this morning.
No, I didn't. I didn't mean to get up at all.
You ain't go dress for the office?
I may not even go to the office.
No, sir. Well, anyway, your breakfast is ready.
Yeah, that's very nice, Bertie, but I don't even want my breakfast right now.
Yes, sir.
Why are you off your feet, Unc? Break up with your girl?
Don't be ridiculous, Leroy. It's just that I'm changing my way of living. I'm not going to operate on other people's schedules.
Yes, sir. You want to tell us about it while you eat your breakfast before it gets cold?
That's one of the points I want to discuss, Bertie. From now on, don't prepare breakfast promptly at 8 o'clock and expect me to be here.
No, sir.
Just yell for me, Bertie. I'll eat when it's ready.
Well, mine doesn't have to be ready until I'm ready.
Yes.
So just don't call me unless I leave word.
Yes.
And it was pretty noisy this morning. I think we can all be more quiet around here.
Yes. I'll get it.
Hey, Bertie, let it ring.
Let me answer it. I'd like to get out of this meeting anyway.
It doesn't have to be answered, Leroy. Let it alone.
Okay.
It might be the mayor.
Hey. Well, what if it is the mayor?
You feel all right, Unc?
I never felt better. You don't have to answer a phone just because it's ringing. Hey, you see? Whoever was calling hung up. Hey. Well, he will hang up.
Yes.
So that's why I got up this morning, to put everybody on notice. All my life, I've lived by the clock, conformed to convention, done everything exactly like everybody else does. But from now on, I'm not going to live that way. Any objections? Bertie?
No, sir.
Leroy?
Heck no. Let's all do what we please. I don't think I'll go to school.
Yes, you will, young man.
But you said a guy should do what he wants.
This is my idea. You live like you've been living.
Okay. Now you're going back to bed?
No, now I want my breakfast.
What a character.
Yes, sir, this is a fine decision I made. I feel better already. It pays to be an individualist, and I'm a rugged one. Get off the sidewalk, tin can. Now, shall I go to the office 6 hours late? Or stop in at Peavy's and maybe not go to the office at all? Well, I'd rather go to Peavy's. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I just feel like visiting with you, Peavy.
Very well. How are things at the water department today?
Well, I can't answer that. I haven't been to the office today.
Mayor out of town?
Yeah, I don't know. He could be in my office waiting for me, for all I know.
You stay away much longer, and he probably will be.
Peavy, too many people are afraid of their jobs. Afraid of life. Afraid to live.
You don't say.
Yeah, you take you.
I don't take me. I'm not afraid of my job. I own the store.
Well, yes, but...
And I'm not afraid of life. The only thing I'm afraid of is Mrs. Peavy.
I'm not joking.
Who is?
Well, I've decided from now on to change my way of living. Give me a book of matches, Peavy.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I got a fresh box of your favorite cigars.
Well, maybe I better take them along.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Why should I smoke those cigars?
I've often wondered that myself, but you won't pay over 6 cents apiece.
What I mean is, why should I smoke cigars at all, just because I've been smoking them? Why don't I smoke a pipe?
One reason is I've already ordered these cheap cigars for you.
Well, you can always sell them to somebody else.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Peavy, you're fighting change. You insist on doing what we've always done.
Well, not everything.
Change is fundamental to life, and I'm going to live.
Well, I don't know how long I'd live if I tried that around the house. But I do admire you for blazing a new trail, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, thank you, Peavy.
Not many men would have the nerve to do what you're doing, I'm here to tell you.
Well, I feel pretty good about it. I made a few changes in the routine at home this morning, and I don't mind saying I'm looked upon with a certain admiration.
That's a change, I guess.
You bet. Say, there's Irene coming across the street.
Yes, I've been watching her.
Yeah, I'm going to make some changes in her schedule, too.
No, I wouldn't change much about her.
Well, we've always had dates according to her school timetable. From now on, I'm going to call a few extra recesses.
Hello, Mr. Peavy.
Well, hello, Miss Henshaw.
Oh, hello, Throckmorton.
Hello, Irene.
I'm surprised to find you here.
Yeah, the mayor would be, too.
Oh.
I haven't been to the office today, Irene.
What a soft job. He hasn't even been to the office, and here I am on my way home from school.
Well, I believe in doing things when I feel like it. Yeah, I'll get my work done when I'm in the mood.
What is this, a new Declaration of Independence?
Sounds like the Battle of Bull Run to me.
Well, I don't mind admitting I'm pretty independent. Right now, I'm in the mood to take you out tonight, Irene.
But Throckmorton, we were out last night.
Well, if you call saying goodnight at 11 o'clock being out.
It would be to me. I went to bed at 9:30.
How about a date tonight, Irene?
You know the school principal shouldn't go out every night. It just isn't done.
Just isn't done. A lot of things aren't done until you do them.
Excuse me, Throckmorton. Mr. Peavy, I'd like this magazine, please.
Very well.
No, Irene, I can't see why you don't go out if you want to.
Looks like she prefers your magazine.
Break out of your shell, girl.
Throckmorton, what's come over you?
I'm just being myself.
Oh?
And if I'd been myself last night, you wouldn't have gotten rid of me at 11 o'clock.
Well, from now on, I'll be myself, too.
Great.
I'm going to get rid of you at 4:30.
In the morning?
This afternoon. It's 4:30 now. Bye.
But Irene... Peavy, this isn't funny.
You laugh at what you think's funny, and I'll laugh at you.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. How would you like to get a beautiful wardrobe of nylon stockings at half price? Kraft makes this remarkable offer to urge you to serve Parquet, the wonderful margarine that spreads smoothly even when ice cold. Every time you buy delicious Parquet margarine, you can order a pair of nylon stockings at half price. Luxurious first-quality Powers model nylons, the kind that were designed for America's famous cover girls. And instead of paying the regular price of $1.50, you pay just 75 cents when you send in the yellow end flap from a package of Parquet margarine. These full-fashion Powers model nylons are sheer and durable, 51 gauge, 15 denier, guaranteed first quality. Their flexible top assures a smooth, perfect fit, and their tapered heel makes ankles look slimmer. You have a choice of two popular shades, and either a dark seam or a self-color seam. A famous testing laboratory compared these Powers model nylons with other leading makes and reports them equal in quality and wearability to nylons selling regularly at $1.50. But you can get them for just 75 cents, plus the yellow parquet package end flap for each pair ordered. Complete ordering instructions are given inside the parquet package. Get the margarine made by Kraft, the delicious, appetizing margarine that spreads smoothly even when ice cold. Parquet margarine. Well, when the great Gildersleeve gets an idea, he's reluctant to part with it. He's still defying the routine way of doing things, and that's why we find him at his office in the middle of the night.
Right, George, this is the way to work. I get more done when there aren't a lot of people around to bother me. I can really concentrate. I wonder what Irene's doing. Yeah, this hour she's asleep, following a schedule. Yeah, that's the way she wants to live. It's a good thing I found it out. Hey, midnight. Guess I'll knock off. No, I don't want to go home yet. I feel devilish. If it wasn't so late, I'd call up somebody. Wait a minute. Why shouldn't I call somebody? I wonder whatever happened to that cute little May Kelly, the travel agent. Yeah, there's a girl who makes you want to travel. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And this is the night for adventure.
Hello?
No.
What?
Yeah, I mean, hello there.
Well, hello there. Who's this?
May?
Yes?
This is Throckmorton.
Oh, hello, Throckmorton. Oh, what are you doing calling up at this hour?
Well, it is a little late. Hope I didn't awaken you.
Oh, you didn't awaken me. I haven't been asleep.
Good.
I've been so restless tonight.
Me too.
So I just curled up with a big book.
Well, May, how'd you like to uncurl and go somewhere?
Tonight?
If it isn't too late.
Oh, I'd love to.
Well, I didn't know how you'd feel about going out at this hour. It's something different, you know.
Oh, I love being different with you.
I'll be right over.
Well, give me half an hour. I'll have to slip into something. Then away we'll go. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. 3 o'clock in the morning, we'll dance the whole night through.
Is that you, Unc?
Yes, indeed. Come in, my boy.
Unc, what are you doing shaving at midnight?
I have a date.
Tonight?
Yep.
You got a girl on the swing shift?
No cracks, my boy. No reason why a man shouldn't shave and go out after midnight if he wants to.
Now I've seen everything.
You better trot on to bed, my boy.
What's going on up there?
I'm shaving, Bertie.
Shaving?
He's going out.
I thought he just came in.
He did.
Miss Gildersleeve,
Yes, Bertie.
you want your breakfast now?
No, Bertie.
Okay. Lunch?
Oh, my goodness. Bertie, go back to bed. May's light is the only one on in her building. Guess everybody else is asleep. Well, I won't make any noise. I'll just press the bell gently. Oh! Funny how loud a noise sounds in the middle of the night.
Hello, Throckmorton.
Hey, you really were ready.
Oh, I didn't want to miss a moment of this evening, but you're 2 minutes late. Come on, let's go.
Well, I went home to shave.
I like your lotion.
It's Jungle Boy. Expensive, but worth it.
Oh, it's marvelous.
Yeah. Of course, if I'm just going to the office, I use bay rum.
That's right. You save this for me.
You bet. Let me open the car door for you.
Oh, thank you.
Darn door. Hope it didn't awaken anyone.
We're being so quiet, one would think we were eloping.
Yeah, let them think what they want to think. We'll live our own lives. If I hadn't decided to do that, I'd be snoring by this time. Now, are you comfortable, May?
Oh, well, I wish I'd brought a heavier wrap. I didn't realize it's so cold out.
Oh?
I hope you don't mind my sitting closer to you.
No, indeed. Where we go?
Oh, why don't we just point the car out of town and drift in the moonlight?
Let's start drifting. Right, George, I didn't know what I was missing. But I can always catch up.
Isn't the countryside beautiful at night, Throckmorton?
Yeah. Look at the speedometer. We've come 35 miles already.
We certainly haven't had any traffic problems.
Oh, this is the way to go places, May.
Uh-huh.
Get away from the stream of life. I made up my mind today not to follow the crowd any longer.
I don't like crowds either. You know, I always said I don't want a big wedding.
I don't blame you. Well, I do everything the way everybody else does. The heck with schedules and routine. I didn't even go to the office today. Did my work tonight when I felt like it. And I called you at midnight when I felt like it.
I'm glad you felt like it.
May, you're my kind of gal.
I guess we are kindred spirits.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go to the travel agency today. I'm afraid I've lost interest in travel.
No, not me. I may get a sailboat someday and go around the world.
Oh, that would be fun. Especially on a honeymoon.
Yeah, that would add to it.
We sure are a lot alike, aren't we? Impulsive, romantic, willing to meet life head on.
Full tilt.
Oh, Throckmorton, isn't this a cute little town we're coming to?
Yeah. What does that sign say? Minnowville.
Population 762. Oh, look at the white picket fences gleam in the moonlight. And don't you just love the way the trees join hands to form an archway over the street?
Yeah, nature knew what she was doing.
Uh-huh.
Right, George. Look at that little white church over there in the corner.
Oh, isn't it darling?
It's a good thing that church is closed, or I might suggest something impetuous.
Throckmorton?
Yeah?
What does that little sign say on the other corner?
Justice of the peace?
They never close.
Well...
Shall we stop?
Maybe we better ride around the block. Don't want to disturb anybody who's really sleeping.
Oh, pull over to the curb.
But... Ray, you turned off the ignition. No, May.
Oh, Throckmorton, let's obey that impulse. When you called me at midnight, we were being drawn together by an impelling force.
True. But let's talk about it.
If we talk about it, the magic will be gone.
May, what are you doing?
Getting out of the car. Are you coming?
But we don't have a license.
I'll bet the justice can arrange it.
There's no lights on. He's probably not home.
Oh, Throckmorton, I'm surprised at you.
What?
A moment ago you said you wanted to live. But you don't really. You're afraid of life.
Oh, no, I'm not. Come on, May. Up on the porch.
Oh, Throckmorton, oh, isn't this thrilling?
Yeah. Guess a man doesn't realize how thrilling it is until it's all over with. So let's get it over with.
Oh,
just a minute.
Won't everybody be surprised when we come back to Summerfield married?
Well, I warned everybody I was changing my way of life.
Yes. Who is it?
Are you the Justice of the Peace?
Yes. What do you want? As if I didn't know.
Well, tell him, Throckmorton.
Well, we want to get married.
Oh, everybody thinks they can ring my bell in the middle of the night and get married.
Well, sorry if we disturbed you.
Oh, I guess you expect me to roll out the red carpet and get my wife, Tilly, out of bed to be a witness.
Well...
But dagnabbit, she's irritable the next day. And I have to put up with her while you lovey-doveys go scooting on down the road.
Well, but couldn't you make an exception just
Young
this once?
lady, I don't believe in tying knots in the middle of the night. Just because a couple of people are at loose ends?
Yeah, well, you see...
Now, most couples come to the justice under the cover of darkness because they haven't thought it over in the cold light of day.
Yeah, well, Your Honor...
I keep regular office hours. There's a time and a place for everything. Moderation in all things. Dagnabbit, I maintain a schedule.
Yeah, I see.
So if you want to get married, come back at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Shall we come back, Throckmorton?
Not me. I have to be at the office at 9. I maintain a schedule.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. Next time you're shopping, pick up a pound of Kraft's Parquet Margarine. On the package, you'll see a truly remarkable offer. A chance to get famous Powers model nylon stockings at half price. They're 51-gauge, 15-denier nylons and guaranteed first quality. And you can get them for just 75 cents with the yellow end flap from a Parquet package. Get Parquet tomorrow. It's the delicious margarine that spreads smoothly even when ice cold. Kraft's Parquet.
It's a good thing that Justice of the Peace in Minnowville is a stickler for schedules, or I wouldn't be calling on Irene tonight. That May Kelly almost had me hooked.
Well, hello, Throckmorton.
Irene, it's good to see you. You don't know how good it is.
Well, what brings this on?
Yeah, nothing special. But I was just thinking what a grand girl you are to have for my friend. You're a real pal. I feel so safe with you.
Thanks, pal.
Well, what I mean is we keep our lives so simple and uncomplicated. Yeah, what'll we do tonight? Go to an early movie?
Well, it's such a lovely night, I thought we might take a long drive.
Long drive?
Up, say, as far as Minnowville.
Minnowville! Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman and is an NBC Radio Network production. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Howard McNear, Lillian Randolph, Viola Vaughn, Kathy Lewis, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next week and every week for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
There are two kinds of delicious Kraft prepared mustard. Mild Kraft mustard, so smooth and delicately spiced, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. And whichever you prefer, remember, when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Try it on cold sandwiches, hamburgers, frankfurters, and cold cuts. Enjoy the wonderful sauces you can make for hot meat and vegetable courses with Kraft prepared mustard. Keep both kinds on hand and keep the whole family happy. Get mild Kraft mustard and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added at your favorite food store.
Now play You Bet Your Life with Groucho on the NBC Radio Network.
The Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet Margarine, presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, transcribed by the Kraft Foods Company. Did you serve Kraft's Parquet margarine at your house today? I hope you did, because Parquet is the margarine that looks wonderful, tastes wonderful, and spreads smoothly even when ice cold. And now there's still another reason for serving Parquet every day. With every pound you buy, you can order a pair of Powers model nylon stockings at half price. I'll be back in just a few minutes to tell you more about this sensational offer by Parquet Margarine. Well, there comes a time in the life of every man Leroy's age when he begins to chafe at parental authority. This occasionally presents quite a problem for the great Gildersleeve, who, like most parents, spends a great deal of time discussing teenagers. But do they know how much time teenagers spend discussing parents?
Gosh, Babs, I don't know if Uncle let me go to that dance. It's way across town.
Leroy, it isn't as if we were going on a bus or something. After all, we'll be in Dinky's car.
Uncle'd rather I go on the bus. A car has to have fenders before he thinks it's safe.
Leroy, your uncle is positively from the Stone Age.
Yeah, but try to tell him that.
Well, I'm going to tell Mother I'm going, and that'll be that.
You are?
And if you can't go, I'll just go with somebody else.
Gosh.
It's going to be a real green affair.
Yeah, I know. Dark green. Gosh, I wish I could make it.
Tell your uncle all the crowd's going. Freddie's giving the party, so we know his parents approve. And Sheila goes steady with Freddie. She'll be there because her mother never refuses her.
How does that help me?
Well, if you tell your uncle Sheila's mother and my mother are letting us go, what can he say? If he doesn't want to be a king-size square.
Yeah, that'll put the pressure on Uncle, all right.
Parents are like dominoes. If you push one, they'll all go.
Okay, I'll give Uncle a push.
I don't know why they worry about us anyway.
I guess they're too old to worry about themselves.
Honestly, Mother comes up with some of the most archaic ideas. You'd think a girl of 14 doesn't know her own mind.
Yeah.
Leroy, I'll tell you something confidentially.
Yeah?
My mother has 3 gray hairs.
She has? When did she get them?
When I turned 14. Just shows how grown up we're getting. I have a mother with gray hair.
I wonder if Unc put something on his. He's getting pretty old.
He probably isn't gray because he doesn't worry. He still considers you a baby, Leroy.
Who's a baby?
Well, you always run to him to make your decisions for you.
I do not always run to Unc. Sometimes I don't even do what he says. If he isn't looking.
Mothers become so impossible, especially when it comes to boys. Just like a mother hen.
Well, we're too old for that stuff. I'll just tell Unc I'm going to the party because all the kids are going.
Hello, everybody. I'm home.
Hi, Aunt.
Well, hello, Leroy. Babs?
Good evening, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Babs, I just saw your mother across the street. She said it's time to come home.
I'll go in a minute. I want to tell her about some plans I've made anyway.
Fine.
You want to talk to your uncle about something, don't you, Leroy?
Well, yeah.
What's on your mind, my boy?
Well, I want to talk to you about something.
Well, I know that. What is it?
Well, Babs and I want to go to a dance at Freddie's house on Friday night.
Friday night, huh? Well, I don't see why you shouldn't.
Great, huh?
I see no reason why I can't drive you over.
Oh, but we want to go in Dinky's car.
Is Dinky's car the one with the red lantern in the back for a taillight?
Yeah.
It's real nervous.
Well, it sure made me nervous. First time I saw it parked out front, I thought they were tearing up the street.
Well, how about it, Unc? Can we go with Dink? He's taking a girl.
Now, Leroy, you know I don't approve of you driving around nights in cars with the kids.
Who's a kid?
I suppose I'll have to go with somebody who isn't considered a child.
Who's Who's a child?
No, children.
Children.
Oh, for corn's sake, Unc.
Well, you're not exactly children, but you still need a guiding hand.
I want to go to the party with the other kids. That's all there is to it.
Leroy, you don't argue with your uncle.
Gosh, I never get to make any decisions for myself.
Yes, you do. As long as I approve them.
Oh, sure.
And I'm not objecting to the party, but I feel I should drive you there and pick you up.
We want to go in Dink's car, not with a mother hen.
Leroy.
Excuse me.
Babs, your mother wants you. Good morning, Bertie.
Morning, Miss Gildersleeve.
Where's Leroy?
He had breakfast and left.
Yeah?
Yes, sir, he ate and went.
Yeah, that boy. He knows I've always insisted that we have breakfast together.
Yes, sir, but he ate and went. Coffee now, Miss Gildersleeve?
Yeah, thank you. He take his calcium pill before he left?
He took something.
Now, Bertie.
I know he took something.
So did he take his pill?
He took something.
Bertie.
Because I don't know if it was a prune or a pill.
Oh.
I see prune pits, but I don't see no pill, so I guess he took the pill.
No, he didn't. I see it hiding under his plate.
Yes, sir.
How many times do I have to tell Leroy to take his calcium?
Well, you harp on it plenty.
Well, he's a growing boy. He needs calcium.
Yes, sir.
And so I can't tell him a thing.
No, sir.
He's smarter than I am.
Yes, sir. I mean, no, sir.
He no longer respects my wishes.
Oh, yes, he does, Mr. Gildersleeve.
No, he doesn't. Should have heard him argue with me about going to that dance in Dinky's car.
Oh, well, that was because his little girlfriend Babs was standing there. Leroy wanted to appear big.
Well, he better not get too big for his britches.
No, sir.
You know what he called me, Bertie?
No, sir.
He called me a mother hen.
Yes, sir.
And that isn't funny.
No, sir.
Hello, Peavy.
Oh, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. I'll be with you in just a minute.
Why do you have the shades pulled this morning?
I'm dressing the window. I always pull the shades when I dress the window.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, I don't like to have customers staring at me.
Yeah, I see.
I was in the window one day, and the man came in and said, "How much is that scarecrow in the window?"
No, Peavy.
Of course, he was only joking. At least he thought it was a joke. Will you hand me that display card there, Mr. Gildersleeve?
The card with the ant powder on it or the one with the pretty girl?
What do you think?
Here's the girl, Peavy. If you're going to dress the window, let's dress it.
That's what I say.
Peavy, you haven't changed your window display since last Christmas, have you?
Well, a pharmacy doesn't have to change displays like most stores. The styles don't change much. Hot water bottle's the same design it was 20 years ago. The bottle of castor oil looks just as unpleasant as it did when I was a boy.
Yeah, I see your point.
Yeah, how does that look, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Well, fine, but you've left your feather duster in the window.
No, I didn't. That's for sale. A genuine turkey tail, my Thanksgiving special. You care to buy one, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Peavy, the turkey feathers I buy will have meat on the other end.
Now, excuse me, Mr. Gildersleeve. I have to pack some ice cream for Mrs. Johnson's party.
Was that Freddie Johnson's party?
Yes, but I don't think you can go. It's for the kids.
I know. I'm having a little trouble with Leroy about that party.
You don't say.
Yeah, I've always driven Leroy to these affairs. Now, all of a sudden, he wants to go in a jalopy with Dinky Muckleroy behind the wheel.
Well, the young folks like to be together. They feel a little cramped with us holsters around.
Well, that's no reason why you shouldn't take my advice.
By the time they get Leroy's age, they like to try their own wings. I know I did.
Yeah? What'd your father do?
He clipped mine.
He did?
I'm here to tell you, he had me towing the mark until I was 25.
25?
And then Mrs. Peavy took over.
Oh, my gosh. So I don't want to take any privileges from Leroy that he's entitled to. All I want to do is the right thing by him. I just wonder what's come over the boy.
Well, if you're concerned, why don't you talk to his teacher? See if he's any different from the rest of them.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm going to call the plays a few more years as far as Leroy's concerned.
No matter what plays you call, I imagine Leroy will make a lot of passes.
By George, I'll intercept them.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Well, I thought I might as well kill two birds with one shot tonight. I'm going to talk to Grace about Leroy. Why not make it a regular date and talk about me, too? Yeah, she seemed a little upset with me on the phone because I haven't called her in quite a while.
Oh, hello, Throckmorton.
Hello, Grace.
Come in. I haven't seen you in some time.
Well, you know how it is with the water commissioner. They're always up to my neck.
That makes you just about all wet, doesn't it?
Well, Grace, I came over to talk to you seriously.
Oh?
About Leroy.
Oh, then you didn't just come to talk about me.
Oh, yes. After we talk about Leroy, we'll talk about us.
Throckmorton, in this age of subtleties, you're very refreshing. Sit down.
Thank you.
Well, I had no idea I was putting on my best perfume to discuss student problems.
Well, it'll hold through Leroy.
What's happened to Leroy?
Yeah, that's what I wonder. Have you noticed any change in the boy?
Well, he doesn't stare out the window so much.
He doesn't?
He stares at the girls.
Oh, yes. Well, I realize they're in the picture now. In fact, he considers himself quite a man. Excuse me. He's taking to arguing points with his old uncle instead of accepting my word.
Oh?
Yeah, ordinarily, I'd put my foot down.
Uh-huh.
But they say that isn't the way to handle kids anymore.
Well, I don't think you're as concerned about Leroy as you are about losing your authority in the home.
No, wait a minute. We're criticizing Leroy, not me.
Well, I don't believe Leroy's any different from other boys and girls his age.
No fooling?
No, it's just a phase in which they all feel their urge to rebel against certain parental restrictions, however justified.
Well, I know that. I just said it a little differently. How did you say it again?
Throckmorton, what you need to do is regain your authority.
You?
Yes, make Leroy think you're infallible now, whether you are or not.
Yeah, I see.
Of course, you have to be tactful.
Well, if I'm anything, I'm tactful. I'll get busy with the boy. And now, Grace, let's talk about us.
Yes?
You were a little cool to me when I came in. So I'd like to tactfully invite you to sit close to me.
Why should I?
Well, your perfume is beginning to wear off. And I like it.
Well, then, I'll fix it so you can be as close to my perfume as you like.
Really? Well, oh, boy, I've got her now.
I'll get the bottle, and you can take it home with you.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. If you could get beautiful nylon stockings at half price, wouldn't you jump at the chance? That's exactly the bargain offered at any store that sells Kraft's Parquet margarine. In every package of Kraft's Parquet, you'll find instructions on how to order famous Powers model nylons for only 75 cents a pair, just half the price you'd ordinarily pay. These luxurious first-quality nylons were styled by John Robert Powers to flatter the legs of America's most glamorous cover girls. They're both sheer and long-wearing, 51-gauge 15 denier. A tapered heel slenderizes your ankle, and a special flexible top assures a perfect fit. When a nationally known laboratory tested these Powers model nylons, they reported their quality and durability the equal of nylons selling at $1.50. But you can order them at half price. As many as you want for only 75 cents a pair, plus the yellow side panel from a package of Parquet margarine. You can select either a dark seam or a self-color seam, and there's a choice of two of the season's smartest shades. Just send in 75 cents for each pair and the little yellow flap that tucks into the top of the package. Be sure to pick up Kraft's Parquet tomorrow, the delicious, appetizing margarine that spreads smoothly even when ice cold. Complete instructions for ordering your nylons are given inside every package of Parquet margarine. Well, like many parents with teenagers in the house, the great Gildersleeve feels that he's losing his authority with Leroy. It looks like his young nephew is about to go to a dance without his permission. So the water commissioner is setting out in characteristic fashion to prove to his nephew that his advice should be taken.
My relationship with Leroy is at the crossroads, Bertie.
Yes, sir.
Of course, I could just forbid him to go, but he just resent me. And there comes a time when a parent has to be clever and tactful.
Yes, sir. You got a real problem.
Oh, not really, Bertie. Leroy will fall in line when he sees how other people respect my opinions.
Yes, sir. Who you got in mind?
Well, this sort of thing has to begin at home, Bertie.
Yes, sir.
I know you seldom disagree with me.
No, sir. That ain't what I get paid for doing.
What I mean is, in the presence of Leroy, you might go out of your way to ask my advice about things. And then take it, of course. Are you with me?
I'm way ahead of you.
You might make it a point, Bertie, to ask my opinion about everything and accept my word as law.
Yes, sir.
That'll impress the boy.
Okay, from now on around this house, you're the boss.
Shh. Here comes Leroy.
And here I go after that Academy Award.
Hi, Unc. Bertie.
Hello, my boy.
Hello, Leroy.
How was school today?
Horrible. They give me a lot of homework. Where are the comics?
Well, I was getting ready to read the paper. If perhaps you have homework to do, you'd better get at that.
Oh, I'll get it done. Can I have the comics, Unc?
Well, there's no time like the present.
Oh, that ancient history can wait. A few more centuries.
He pays no attention to me.
Thanks for the comics.
Yes. Bertie, is there something you want to ask me?
Me? Oh, yes, sir. What is your opinion about the weather?
The weather?
Oh, I know you got a good opinion about everything. And I was thinking about washing tomorrow, so I want the lowdown on the weather. It looks a little cloudy.
Well, if it's rain you're worried about, it won't rain.
Thank you, sir.
The paper says rain.
Well, they miss.
Leroy, if your uncle says it ain't gonna rain, it wouldn't dare.
We'll know tomorrow. I'll bet you're wrong, Unc.
Yes.
Everybody's got a lot of respect for what your uncle says, Leroy, and that goes for the rain.
Thank you, Bertie.
Yes, sir. There's hardly anybody comes to the door that don't want me to get Mr. Gildersleeve's advice about something.
What are we going to eat, Bertie?
Leroy, listen to what Bertie say.
Okay. Who comes by for advice?
Well, let me see now. You take the milkman. He asked me something to ask Mr. Gildersleeve this morning. Now, what was it?
Well, if you can't think of it right now, I'll make a point to see him when he comes tomorrow. I can give him a couple of minutes of my time.
Oh, he'll appreciate that because he respects your judgment.
Good. Anything else, Bertie?
Well, let's see. Oh, the mailman's got some important questions he wants to ask you, too. Now, there's a man who's got great respect for your judgment.
Well, when you have a reputation for being right, it gets around.
Yes, sir, and you got a reputation for being right.
Anything else, Bertie?
Well, I clean forgot about my sister.
Your sister?
Now, there's a girl who hangs on your every word.
Well, that's nice. What's her problem?
Well, she said to ask you, Mr. Gildersleeve, if she should get married now or wait later.
Well, in my opinion, there'll be a better time.
Then she'll wait. She has to. She ain't got no boyfriend anyway.
Any more questions?
I've got a question, Unc.
Well, what is it, my boy?
When do we eat?
Oh. Phoebe, the boy just doesn't pay any attention to me. Bertie and I went to a lot of trouble to impress him, and what does he say?
Yeah, what did he say?
When do we eat?
Well, if it was dinner time, that sounds like a pretty good question.
Phoebe, be serious. I feel a showdown coming with Leroy. What if he defies me and goes to that dance in Dickie's car anyway?
Well, I think he'd have a good time, all right.
But then I've completely lost control. My authority's completely gone. And I came in here to ask you to help me get it back.
Oh, I'd be glad to do that.
Good.
What do you want me to do?
Well, when Leroy sees how much influence I have with adults, he'll respect my judgment.
And you expect to influence me?
Yeah, that's the gist of it, Peavy. When Leroy meets me here, Let's make him feel that you practically depend on me to run the store.
Mr. Gildersleeve, even Mrs. Peavy doesn't tell me how to run my store.
Now, look, Peavy, this whole thing is your idea.
My idea?
You suggested I go to Leroy's teacher, and she told me what to do.
Then you start fiddling with my store, and I'll tell you what to do.
Peavy, we're just pretending.
I'm not pretending.
I don't want to tell you how to operate your store.
Well, don't.
Please, Peavy. Here comes Leroy. Now, ask me something.
Hi, Mr. Peavy.
Well, hello, Leroy.
Hello, Leroy.
It's raining out, Unc.
I know.
Why did you want me to meet you here?
Well, I thought we might ride home together after I help Peavy with his problem.
Yeah?
Proceed, Peavy. What were you about to say?
Well, I won't tell you what I was about to say.
Peavy.
All right. Mr. Gildersleeve, about the only real problem I have here in the pharmacy is this crossword puzzle.
Well, that's not exactly what I expected, but go ahead. What's puzzling you?
What's a four-letter word for egg-shaped?
4 letters, huh? Well, I guess it wouldn't be eggs.
I doubt it.
Heck, that's easy. It's oval.
Oh, very good, Leroy.
I thought you wanted me to help you with an important decision, Peavy. Come on, Leroy, let's get out of here.
Do you mind if Leroy stays and helps me with the puzzle?
Darn rain, even it double-crossed me.
Gildersleeve, has Leroy said anything about going to that dance tonight in Dinky's car?
No, not a word, Bertie.
Clammed up, did he?
Yeah, he's probably waiting until Dinky drives up tonight in his car, and then he'll make his move.
Yes, sir.
Kids always figure it's harder to keep them home when somebody's waiting for them out front.
Yes, sir.
Well, I have one last chance, Bertie. I'm grabbing at a straw.
What's that, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Marvin.
Little Marvin?
He's the hardest kid in the neighborhood to control. So when he comes to me for advice, it'll make Leroy sit up and take notice.
That'll make everybody sit up and take notice. Is he coming?
Well, he'll be here, Bertie. And he's thoroughly coached.
Yes, sir. Well, that must be him. Marvin keeps on ringing the bell till somebody comes.
Hi, Bertie.
Come in, Marvin.
I'm in. Where's the big cheese?
Mr. Gildersleeve?
He's the biggest cheese around here, isn't he?
He's in the den.
Come in, Marvin.
Here I am, Mr. Gildersleeve. Hey, is that Marvin? Hi, Marvin. Hi, Leroy. Did you come over to see me? No, I came over to see your uncle. Yeah?
Sit down, boys. What's on your mind, Marvin?
I came over to ask you a question, sir. Sir, get him. That's what I said, sir. Oh, brother.
Leroy, if I were you, I wouldn't make any cracks about a fine, upstanding boy like Marvin.
Yeah, boy.
Sir is a mark of respect too often neglected by some members of the younger generation.
But gosh, Marvin's too early with that stuff. Christmas is 6 weeks away.
Leroy, don't interrupt Marvin again. Continue, young man.
Thank you, sir.
What's your question?
Well, I think so much of your advice, I'd rather come to you than anybody else, even my own father. You would?
Shh, Leroy. Yes, Marvin?
The kids want me to go ice skating with them Saturday. I know my parents won't let me go. Should I say the heck with it and go anyway? Or should I obey my parents?
Marvin, I'm glad you came to me.
So am I.
Obey your uncle. Yeah, I mean, your parents.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I'll take your advice, sir. As usual, sir.
Don't overdo it, Marvin.
Hey, what's going on here?
Well, Marvin simply came to me for some parental advice, and he's accepting it, like every boy should.
Yeah. When some kids get as big as Leroy, they think they know everything. But they're just stupid. You hear me? Stupid. You better watch out, Marvin. Well, you just better start appreciating your uncle. Like a lot of other people, you don't know how smart he is. Stupid. Marvin! Why are you stupid?
Yeah, I appreciate your loyalty, Marvin, but let's not let it run away with us.
Am I letting it get away?
You better run along now, Marvin. I'm glad I was able to help.
Before I go, haven't you forgotten something?
Yeah, I'll be in touch with you. Run along now.
But how about
Run along,
But
Marvin.
how about the...
Fine boy.
There's something fishy here.
What do you mean?
Marvin's never run to you for advice.
Well, you saw what happened.
He must have had a reason.
Leroy, let's not be suspicious.
Miss Gildersleeve, Marvin's waiting outside for his dollar.
Zeke.
He said, oh, Leroy, I didn't know you were still here. Sorry, excuse me, come on.
What are you trying to prove, Unc?
Trying to prove? Me?
First you had Bertie building you up, then the deal at Mr. Peavy's, and now Marvin.
Well, my boy, I may as well admit I've been concerned about you and Babs going to the dance in Dinky's car.
Yeah?
And I didn't want it to come to a showdown.
Oh, heck, we're not going, Unc.
You're not?
Babs told her mother she was going, and boy, did her mother tell her.
She did?
She put her foot down. She said, you're not going. You're going to bed at 7 o'clock.
Well.
Instead of beating around the bush, why don't you just say yes or no, Unc?
Well.
If you put your foot down, I wouldn't go against you. You got such big feet.
You're right, George. I don't know how I did it, but I got my authority back.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. Remember Kraft's Parquet margarine when you go shopping tomorrow. Parquet is the delicious margarine that spreads smoothly even when ice cold. And with every pound of Parquet you buy, you can order famous Powers model nylon stockings at half price. Yes, only 75 cents a pair. Here's your chance to build a glamorous hosiery wardrobe at a wonderful saving. And your whole family will surely enjoy the appetizing flavor of the quality margarine made by Kraft, Parquet margarine.
Folks, this is Gildersleeve again. Are you doing all you can for your family, your community, and yourself? What I'm getting at is, do you attend your church or synagogue regularly? Do you actively take part in religious affairs? Many of us don't realize how religion can enrich our daily lives, how it can strengthen us to meet our day-by-day problems, personal problems, family problems, community problems, and national problems. Our nation was founded on faith in God. Freedom to worship is our heritage, but in other parts of the world, it's a right that's denied to millions. Take advantage of your precious freedom to worship. You'll benefit by it. See you in church. And I mean it. Good night, folks.
Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman and is an NBC Radio Network production. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Shipp, Lillian Randolph, Barbara Whiting, Stuffy Singer, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next week and every week for the further adventures of the great Gildersleeve.
Done up just right, a delicious hamburger can be truly a gourmet's delight, a big deal in eating pleasure. Of course, just about every good cook knows that a dash of Kraft prepared mustard really makes a hamburger. Because when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Kraft mustard, naturally. There are two kinds of Kraft prepared mustard. Mild Kraft mustard if you like it smooth and delicately spiced. Snappy Kraft mustard with horseradish added if you like it zippy. Get both kinds of Kraft prepared mustard at your food store.
Play You Bet Your Life with Groucho Marx tonight on the NBC Radio Network.